remote learning. If you are watching this on Thursday as your fourth lesson of the week, you are amazing. And I appreciate your effort and I appreciate all that you've done. Thank you for your hard work. We are going to talk about the last type of non-Mendelian genetics. We're going to talk about multiple alleles. Okay, so this is exactly what it sounds like. There's more than two alleles. So usually in all of the cases we've had, there's only been two alleles. Like there was a recessive and a dominant in Mendelian, just two alleles, like big A, little a. There was only two to choose from. There wasn't like big A, little a, medium A. And then in codominance, even though we saw some very interesting things like red and white makes pink, there were only the R allele and the W allele, just two alleles. Codominant, same thing, black and white makes erminate in chickens. Black is one, white is the other, two alleles, okay? Sex-linked traits, color blindness, big B, little b, two alleles. Today, we're going to talk about multiple alleles. So these are there's a lot of traits, multiple allele traits that basically just there's more than two options or more than three phenotypes available. And one of those, our most important one that we talk about in PreAP biology is blood types. And so with blood types, we are going to, we're going to look at A, B, type A, type B, type AB, and type O blood. Okay, so clearly we have a lot of choices here and how to do them. So I'm going to show you a little picture here of different blood types. And we're going to talk about it. So basically what you have is a red blood cell. Red blood cells are those kind of round blood cells that have a kind of a concave middle. So they look kind of like a donut that the hole didn't quite make. And those are carried around in your blood. They carry oxygen, they carry iron, and other things, whatever is needed. Like they carry away carbon dioxide, they carry nutrients, they carry things to your cells so that then they can diffuse across the membrane and feed your cells. Well, you can have different types of blood. And I know that you know this, like you know that there's blood types out there. And so what that is, there's a little antigen that's a little protein that your cells create. So you have a gene for that. You have DNA for your protein. It's for your blood cells, and it will create a little antigen that sticks off on the outside of the blood cell. Now, this isn't good or bad or whatever. It just is what it is. Some people have an A antigen, like that's a particular class of antigens. Some people have a B antigen. Some have A and B together, and some have no antigen, none at all, like just little bald cells. And so that's the different phenotypes of the blood cells. So we're going to look at how we do inheritance for basically for a multiple allele using blood types as our example. Okay. I know that you also know there's positive and negative. That's a different thing altogether. Inherited different Punnett square. That would be like an RH factor, and the RH factor is just something else that floats around in your blood with your red blood cells. Basically, you have it positive, you don't negative. That's all there is to it. And so then we'll talk a little bit about blood donation. We have a little game that you can play that'll be in your module to try to figure out blood donations and who can donate to who and all that stuff. It's kind of fun. So basically, whenever let's look at the biology of it. Let's look at the Punnett squares of it. And so we have here let's switch colors because that one's not working. Here are the options. So the gene itself is an I. Okay, so you know that sometimes we're like, whenever we were doing our codominance, we had a base letter with a superscript because that signified that it was the same gene. So in blood types, I is the gene that everybody uses. Not sure why. I should look it up, why they use I. But I is what they use. And so if you are type A, it would signify it like that. Now, that being said, there's two ways to have the A protein. And now we get a little bit of Mendelian mixed in. Interesting. So we have homozygous A, because they're the same allele, or we have heterozygous A. And notice that it's a little I, because this is totally recessive. So whenever I would draw my blood cells, and I'd say, okay, here's my red blood cell, and I'm going to put these as little triangles that kind of look like little A's, so that makes me happy. So these two express the same phenotype. They both have blood cells, if you're heterozygous or homozygous, you have both your blood cells have little A antigens sticking out all over them. I'm trying to make it like 3D. Okay, so there's little A antigens sticking all over them. And so this one has the same phenotype as this one. It's just a different genotype, okay, just different letters. Please make sure you have phenotype and genotype. Those vocab words are so important. Take a moment, make sure you've got them memorized. Okay, so then type B, different type of blood. I'm sure you're seeing where this is going. Okay, you could be, and then we'll put little round things like B, like the letter B. Well, okay. So these, homozygous, heterozygous. Both of them code for B. Okay. And so then I might be able to fit one more on here. Only one way to have AB blood. This one is the co-dominant, meaning every cell, oh gosh, every cell has both antigens on it. Okay, and I don't know if they're in any particular order. I'm just kind of drawing a little bit there. Okay, so that's type AB blood. There's no other way to have type AB blood except that right there. Both A and B are co-dominant, so they don't, no incomplete, no blending, but B and A are dominant over this. And so maybe you've guessed what that is. Make sure you write all this down. Hit pause right now and copy all these genotypes into your notebook. So that one is, the last one is our recessive, completely recessive. No antigens. That blood is type O. Okay, so type A, B, AB, and O are the four options. The alleles are A is one allele, B is one allele, and the recessive is the other. Those are 3 alleles. So multiple alleles. You have multiple choices. Okay, let's do a blood type. Let's do a problem. Okay, so if you have a Punnett square, and here you go, you have a mother who's type AB, you have a father who's heterozygous A. What are the possibilities for your offspring? Oh gosh, I'm not going to fit all in the box. Make sure you make your boxes big. Okay, and I always kind of put a tail on my little eyes, and then my kid's like, is that backwards, Jay? Sorry about that. I don't know why I do that. I just do. Okay, so a % chance of offspring. Let's see. How about type A blood, type B, type AB, type O? What can we have here? We have 1, 2 type A, so 50% chance of that. 1 type AB, so 25% chance of that. And 1 type B, 25% chance of that. No % chance of O. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do another practice problem. Okay, so let's say, here, you do it with me. I'm going to say the problem, and then I want you to try it before I do, okay? So let's say that a parent who is AB blood marries somebody who is B, homozygous B. AB marries homozygous B. Pause the video. Okay, hopefully you paused the video. So AB, and we don't care if it's boy or girl, mom or dad, this isn't sex linked, marries homozygous B. What are the chances you'll have a kid that's AB blood? Looks like it's going to be a 50-50. I'm going so fast that I'm drawing all kinds of weird letters. Okay, so looks like we are 50% B and 50% AB. Okay. What about if, let's try, stretch your brain. Okay, stretch your brain. We are going to try to make a Punnett square cross 2 parents together where every single blood type is represented in the offspring. There are 4 offspring. They have 4 different types of blood. You try to do that. Pause the video and see if you can figure out, challenge question, how to make what 2 parents you would need to have all 4 of them have different blood types. Pause the video. I'm watching you. Okay, I hope you are back now with your answer because you're amazing. You should have had, oh my gosh, you should have had heterozygous A crossed with heterozygous B, and that would give you every single blood type. AB, B, A, O. Cool. All right. I think there'll probably be a few practice problems for you. This is how I'm planning now. But I also have a little game that I want you to try to play. And then tomorrow on Friday, we're going to do a little quiz at some point. So you probably will need to try to make time to come to a Google Meet on Friday, if at all possible. If not, I need to know about it. Please let me know via email or on the remind that you're unable to attend either Google Meet, the morning or afternoon session. Okay? Have a great day. I will see you soon. I hope that you're having a fabulous remote education.